Hello again, everybody. I'm Ernie Harwell, bringing you St. Louis Browns baseball. We're coming to you from out here at the park, and you'd better keep your windows closed. It's been raining here for a while. I've been talking this over with the ground crew. They're playing games in both dugouts. And they're finally rolling back the tarp. But the break hasn't helped the pitchers. Let's play some ball. Overall, they now stand at 1-0. This is the second game in this 3-game series. The Browns won the first. The Browns take the field here in the first. Manager sends out his squad this way. Sislick at first base. McManus at second. Kress the shortstop. Cliff at third. And the outfield. In left is Williams. In center, Tobin. And over in right, Rice. Severide is behind the plate and on the mound for the Browns. The right-handed Shocker. Pretty good control. He will be facing Royal starter, right-hander Gibuzah. We'll tell you about him in the bottom half. So settle in. We're ready to start this game. Wilson to lead it off for the Royals. The switch-hitting Willie will bat left here. Excellent credentials with the stick on the season. 1 for 4. The hitter stands in. Wilson ready. Severide set. The delivery from Shocker. And it's pulled hard to right. Base hit. And Wilson pulls with a single. Now at bat, Patek. Freddie has been a reliable hitter. This is his second game on the season, 0 for 4. Wilson stretches his lead. Shocker gets set to work on him. The delivery. Taken. Wilson is trying for the steal. The peg. Going to be close. Safe. He got in the back door. That's his first steal of the season. Patek stands in again. Shocker is on the slab. Checks Wilson at second. Speedy Wilson edging toward third. Shocker spins and fires to second. The tag. Safe. Now Shocker is set again. And the pitch. Patek smashes one down the line. Cliff grabs it near the bag. He wings a long throw to first and gets Patek by a stride. One down. Wilson holds. One gone. First inning. One on. Brett's up. Here's a guy who can see a penny from an airplane. This is his second game on the season. 0 for 3. Willie at second has great speed. Brett now ready. Shocker foot on the rubber. Severide set. Shocker working on Wilson to hold him close to the plate. Strike 3. He's out of there. 2 down. All right, for Kansas City. 2 outs. Wilson on second. Mayberry gets set to face Shocker, batting left. Mayberry, a fierce hitter. This is his second game. To date, he is 0 for 3. Mayberry waiting. Right-handed Shocker goes to the set position. Wilson edges a bit more off second. Quick move to the plate. Breaking ball. Bounce past Shocker. Press is over. Makes a pickup. Throws quickly. And that's out number 3. The line for the Royals. No runs on 1 hit. They leave 1. A chance goes by the board. Royals nothing. Browns coming up. For the Royals. Their record now 0-1 on the league leaderboards. They're 8 in batting average at 71. 4th in ERA at 2.25. The Royals take the field here in the first. Get your scorecard. Manager McCoy sends out his squad this way. Mayberry at first base. White at second. Patek the shortstop. Brett at third. The outfield consists of Chartable in left field, Wilson in center field, and Cowens over and right. Porter is behind the plate and on the mound for the Royals. The right-handed Gibbersaw comes with a decent strikeout pitch. Rice will get it started for the Browns. Excellent credentials with the stick on the year. 2 was 2. He's walked once. Harry does get on. Rice now ready. Gibbersaw focuses in on the target. The pitch. Popped a mile high. Porter throws off his mask. He's there. Takes a step back. And brings it down. 1 down. Here comes McManus to take his cuts. Marty can hit. This is his second game on the season. 0 for 2. McManus has patience. Catcher ready. The pitch. McManus really thumps this one. It's curving toward the pole. Chartable looks up. Is it fair or foul? Foul ball. Strike 1. So McManus steps back in. Catcher ready. The pitch. McManus goes the opposite way, down the line to right. Fair ball. Cowens is racing for it. Into the corner. McManus is around second. He's going for third. White relay. Not in time. Safe at third. Triple for McManus. And that's his first hit this season for McManus. His first triple of the season. It's now Sisley the bat. The Browns have 1 out, 1 on at third. He's a pretty fair apple knocker on the year. 1 for 3. George waits. Gibbersaw foot on the rubber. Royal playing for the out at first. McManus at third with his arms out, crouched. He cranks and fires. Sisley gets serious wood on this one. It's got plenty of hang time. Sisley got under it just a hair, and there to make the catch is Cowens. McManus tags. They're waving him home. Here comes the throw. And he's safe easily. Sisley picks up a sac fly and an RBI. And the Browns go ahead by a run, 1-0. First inning. That's Sisley's first run batted in of the season. Now coming to bat for the Browns, Williams. Watch out with Ken at the plate. This is his second game. So far this season, 0 for 3. He's stolen one base. Gibazar looking in. He lets one go. Slashed into the hole. Patek is ranging. Backhand stab. He's got it. Guns it to first, and that retires the side. For the Browns, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They move ahead in the game. The score now stands 1-0 Browns as we head for the top of the second inning. Tartable, Porter, and Cowens due up for Kansas City. Tartable leading off the second. Danny can pound the ball. Severide sets up. Shocker comes to him. Tartable nubs it toward the hole. Kress ranges to his right. He dives, but it trickles through into left, and Tartable is aboard with a single. The next Royal batter is Porter. Tartable on at first. No one out. Darrow can be dangerous on the season. 1 for 3. Tartable with decent speed. Right-handed Shocker goes to the set position. The pitch. Cut on. It's a high fly. Straightaway center. Tobin has it measured. He brings it down. 1 down. Tartable gets back to first. Cowens the hit. Tartable on at first. 1 gone. Al can pound the ball. This is his second game to date at bat. 0 for 3. Severide sets up. Shocker now. He swings, and it's pulled hard to left. Down the line. Fair ball. That's good for extra bases. Williams is chasing it. Still after it. He's up with it. Tartable rounds third. Williams is waving him in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate. And Tartable's out. Just missed getting in. Tartable just doesn't have the wheels for that. And Cowens holds with a double. It's now White the bat. He swings from the right side. The Royals have 2 away. Runner on second. Frank is a tough out. This is his second game on the season. 0 for 3. Batter set. Shocker is ready to fire it in. Shocker spins and fires to second. Cowens hits the dirt. The tag. Out at second. He's picked off. And that retires the side. For the Royals, nothing across. So they do not tally. The score still 1-0. Browns leading. For St. Louis, it'll be Cliff, Tobin, and Kress. Here's Cliff to lead it off. Harlan, the feared slugger. This is his second game. So far this season, 0 for 3. Porter sets up. The offering from Gibazar. Fastball right across the plate. Strike 1. So Cliff will get back in there. Gibazar is ready to fire it in. Gibazar comes to him. It's hit hard over third, just out of reach. Tartable is racing to the line. Cliff rounds first. He's headed for second. The throw. The tag. The ump signals. Safe. In with a 2-bagger. For Cliff, his first double of the season. And that's his first hit this season. Runner on second. Nobody out. Tobin's up. Watch out with Johnny at the plate. The hitter stands in. Gibbs gets set to work on him. And now the pitch. Loop to right toward the gap. Cowan's after it. Cuts it off on the bounce. Cliff rounds third. The throw comes into Mayberry, and they're holding Cliff at third. Browns with runners at first and third. No outs. Here's Kress. Capable of some fine hitting. Very tough to strike out. Gibbs on the rubber. Checks the runners. Infield deep. The pitch. Swung on. Bouncer to White. Goes to second for one. Back to first for two. Double play. But the run scores. And the Browns now lead 2-0. Severide is the next hitter. Pretty good with a stick. Batter facing Gibbs. Porter crouched down now. The delivery. Severide clubs a high drive. Deep to right. It could be Cowan's to the track. And he takes it at the wall. Severide just missed it. 3 down. The line for the Browns. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They help Shocker a little. Browns up 2-0. For Kansas City here in the third. White, Gibbs and Wilson. White to lead it off for the Royals. Bats right. White good at the plate. This is his second game to date at bat. Nothing in 3 trips. The hitter stands in. Shocker looking home. The pitch. Slashed into the hole. McManus to his left. He has it. Over to Sisley. White is gone. 1 down. One gone, third inning. Pitcher Gibbs to hit. Mark taking his first at bat of the season. Pitcher Shocker eyeing Gibbs. Now he's ready. Shocker now. Swung on and missed. He struck him out. 2 away. Wilson getting ready to go. Now Shocker ready. The delivery. Wilson waves at one in the dirt, and he's a strikeout victim. That's 3 away. The Browns retire the side in order. The score still 2-0. Browns leading. The Browns will have Shocker, Rice, and McManus here in the third. Here's Shocker to lead it off. Urban taking his first at bat of the season. Shocker waits. Pitcher Gibbs eyeing Shocker. Now he's ready. Gibbs kicks and deals. Swung on, hit the thunderbolt in deep left. He's back. Plenty of room. Takes a couple of steps to his left and brings it in, and there's 1 away. Well, Rice will bat next for St. Louis. Harry is their leadoff man. Batter waits. Gibbs gets set to work on him. The pitch. High and tight. The ump says ball 4. And Harry will get down to first. McManus walking up the bat. Rice is fast enough to be a factor here. Right-handed Gibbs goes to the set position. And a pitch. McManus bruises one, heading for the gap in left center. But Thunderbolt flags it down on the first bounce. Rice around second. But the coach is signaling to stop. They're holding Rice at second. as the throw comes in. And Marty is on with a single. That's McManus' second hit of the game. One down, third inning, 2 on. Sisley will bat next for St. Louis. Gibbouza comes set. The runners take their lead. He brings it home. There's a looping line to the left. Tartabull will have to hurry. Charging hard. And he makes a shoestring catch right off a tall blade of grass. Both runners are tagging, but they're holding them as the throw comes back in. Here's Williams. He's their cleanup hitter. Runners at first and second. 2 gone. An RBI opportunity for Ken. Williams waiting. Gibbouza comes set. The pitch. Popped high to the right side. White drifts back. The runners are moving. He's under it and makes the catch. The line for the Browns. No runs, 1 hit. They leave 2. They cannot add to their lead. The score still stands 2-0 Browns as we head for the top of the 4th inning. The big hitters coming up against Shocker. 2, 3, 4. Patek, Brett, and Mayberry. Here's Patek to lead it off. Batter ready. Shocker ready. Shocker to the wind. Hit in the air to left field. Williams waits. Taps the glove. And he covers it. 1 away. Now Brett to face Shocker. 1 out. George steps up. Catcher ready. The pitch. Brett lays off the pitch. Ball 4. Brett takes his base. And that's the first walk issued by Shocker. That was Brett's first walk of the season. Mayberry is up next. The slugger stands in. Shocker now set. Here comes the pitch. Pop foul behind first. Sisley's back. He's circling under it. He's lost it. And McManus makes the catch. He came all the way over into foul ground. Good heads-up play. 2 away. We have Tartabull to bat for the Royals for Kansas City. Runner on first. 2 down. The slugger stands in. Shocker will go to work on him. Now Shocker comes home with it. Tartabull swings. This is a big league fly ball. Center field. This should do it. And he makes the catch. And that's out number 3. The line for the Royals. 0-0-0. They lead 1. They had a chance but could not convert. Browns top 2-0. For St. Louis, it'll be Cliff, Tobin, and Kress. Cliff to lead it off. Cliff ready. Right-hander Gibbouza ready. Here he comes. Banged to left center. Base hit. Cliff rounds first and holds with a single. That's Cliff's second hit of the game. Tobin is now up. Cliff has the speed to score on a double. Gibbouza focuses in on the target. The pitch. Grounded deep into the hole. White dives. He cuts it off. He's on his feet. Throws quickly to first. Out at first. 1 down. Cliff moves into scoring position. 1 away. Cliff on at second. Here's Kress. Gibbouza gets set to pitch. Gibbouza fires it in. And it gets by Porter. He scrambles. Cliff makes it safely to third. So Crest steps back in. Now Givazar ready. Infield deep. Cliff down the line, some at third. The offering. Ooh, that looked good, but the ump doesn't budge. And Crest draws a walk. Givazar shakes his head, and there are runners at the corner. That was Crest's first walk of the season. Next to bat for St. Louis is Severide from the right. Browns with runners at first and third, one away. He almost always puts the ball into play. Severide waits. Givazar prepares to come home. Infield back at double play depth. Cliff down the line, some at third. Givazar kicks and delivers. Another wide one. Ball 4, and Hank heads down to first. That fills the bases. That was Severide's first walk of the season. Bases full. The bottom of the 4th inning. Now Shocker to face Givazar. Givazar sets up on the rubber again. Infield deep. The runners take their lead. The pitch. And it's chopped down the first baseline. Mayberry has it. Fires home and throws it in the dirt. It gets away from Porter. Cliff scores. Porter scrambles. Crest should score, and he does. Severide goes all the way to third, and Shocker will hold it first. Mayberry is charged with an error. That was the pitcher, Shocker, who got that started, helping his team. The score now, 4-0. Now coming to bat for the Browns, Rice. Rice ready to bat. Catcher ready. Infield deep. The pitch swung on. Bouncer to White. Goes to second for 1. Back to first for 2. Double play, and they get out of the inning. The half for the Browns. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 error. They leave 1. So the Browns now with a safer margin, 4 in the books here in St. Louis. Browns leading by 4. 4-0. The Royals will have Porter, Cowens, and White here in the 5th. Here's Porter to lead it off. Porter is a guy who'll battle you to get on. Shocker will go to work on him. The pitch. He swings, but he held up. And it's ball 4. Darrow takes his base on the walk. That was Porter's first walk of the season. Now coming up, Cowens. Shocker now set. The pitch. Swung on. 1 hop at a second. Shovels to Crest for 1. Back to first. Not in time. Cowens beats it out. But they get the lead runner. 1 down. Next up, Kansas City hitter White. White waiting for Shocker. Shocker looking home. Shocker cranks it up. Bounced sharply to the left side. Crest grabs it and flips to second for 1. No throw to first. The runner did his job, but they get the lead runner. Givazar is now up. The batter stands in. Severide sets up. Royal manager McCoy looking at his score sheet. McCoy is taking pitcher Givazar out of the game. McRae will now hit for him. That's right. He grabs a bat, heads to the box. So Givazar goes 4 innings. He yielded 4 runs, 2 earned on 5 hits. He stands to lose it unless the Royal can make up the 4-run deficit. McRae now up. McRae waiting. Shocker now set. Shocker delivers. Lofted to center. Tobin is over. He's under it. This should do it. And he takes it in. And the side is retired. For the Royal, nothing across. One left after 4.5. Browns up by 4. Kansas City will now face the St. Louis string. McManus, Sisler, and Williams. Farr is coming on to pitch for the Royal. For Farr, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. He'll try to hold him to let the Royal get back in it. Here's McManus to lead it off. He has some power. Farr is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Farr gets set to pitch. Here comes the pitch. It's a moonshot, right field. Cowan's over. He's got lots of room. Waits.
We copy you down, Eagle. Griffin, Vanguardi Davis, the Eagle has landed.
And brings it in. One away. Sisler comes up to bat. Sisler, a fierce hitter. Right-hander Farr, ready. And the pitch. Sisler lofts a routine fly ball to center. Wilson drifts under it and hauls it in. 2 down. Now at bat, Williams. Right-handed Farr goes to the set position. Farr comes home. Hot smash to third. Brett gets his glove on it. Now the long throw. Mayberry scoops it on one hop, and Williams is retired. Nice play on both sides of the infield for the final out. So the Browns go down 1-2-3. Browns over the Royal 4-0, and they'll try to protect that lead in the 6th. Top of the order here for Kansas City in the 6th. Wilson, Patek, and Brett. Here's Wilson to start it off. Willie has some pop in his bat. Wilson steps up to the plate. Severide ready to receive. Shocker kicks and deals. Lofted deep to left field. Williams is chasing it. He's at the warning track, and he hauls it in for out number 1. Patek's up. Shocker staring in, ready to work. Now the delivery. Patek cuts at it. A scribber off the end of the bat. Hugging the third base line. Cliff lets it roll. And it rolls foul. Strike 1. Patek ready to take on Shocker again. Severide sets up. He brings it in. On the ground, back through the box. McManus gloves it, spins it, fires. Long stretch, just nips Patek by half a step. And that's the second out. Brett is up next. Now Shocker ready. The pitch comes in. One hop at a second, over to first. 3 away. Shocker sets them down in order after 5.5. Browns up by 4. For St. Louis, here in the 6th, Cliff, Tobin, and Kress. Leading off, Cliff. Very dependable power. Farr gets set to work on him. The pitch. High and tight. The ump says ball 4. And Harlan will get down to first. That was Cliff's first walk of the season. Tobin, bat in hand. Johnny has a hit in 2 trips. Farr is ready to fire it in. He brings it home. Swung on, popped up. Brett moves toward the line. He's under it, and he makes the catch. Here's Kress coming to the plate. Red walked and made out once, and he scored once. Kress ready. Porter sets up. He brings it in. Line drive to third, hits over his head. Tartabolt is chasing it, still running. He's up with it. Cliff rounds third. The throw comes into Patek. They're holding Cliff at third, and Kress is in standing with a double. Next batter, Severide. Hits for average. He has outstanding bat control. Batter ready. Catcher Porter sets his target. Infielders in. He lets it go. Severide lifts a lazy pop fly. Should be no problem for White. And he snags it for the out. And the runners hold. Shocker is now up. Farr will go to work on him. Now he comes home with it. Just over the knees, the plate up, thumbs him out, side retired. That'll do it for St. Louis. No runs on one hit. 2 left. Browns still with a 4-run lead. We go to the top of the 7th inning. The Royals will have Mayberry, Tartabolt, and Porter here in the 7th. Mayberry leading off the 7th. When the Royals need a base runner, Mayberry is the guy they want up there. Mayberry in the box. Pitcher Shocker eyeing Mayberry. Now he's ready. To the plate. Way off the plate. That'll be ball 4. And a free pass for Mayberry. That was Mayberry's first walk of the season. Tartabolt walking up the bat. In the box now. Pitcher Shocker eyeing Tartabolt. Now he's ready. The pitch is on the way. Smoke to right. Back on the ball goes Rice. Can he run it down? Yes, he can, and does. Notch 1. Mayberry gets back to first as the throw comes in. Porter to face Shocker. Catcher ready. Space on the right. Here's a pitch. Laced to right field. Base hit. Rice. Over. Fields it. Mayberry is around second. They're waving him on. Here comes a throw. Here's a play at third. And he's just safe under the tag. And Porter holds with a single. 1 out, 7th inning, 2 on. The next Royal batter is Cowan's right-hander. Shocker will need his best stuff to get Cowens. He already has a double in this game. A chance to drive in a run here. Porter will get a good jump. Cowens now ready. Shocker gets set to work on him. Infielders back. Mayberry off third. The pitch. It's hacked hard and far, deep to left field. Could be trouble for Williams. Now he has it in range, just shy of the track, and he squeezes it. Mayberry is tagging. Mayberry is headed home. Here comes the throw, and he's safe easily. Cowens picks up a sac fly and an RBI. Porter retreats and holds first. The Royals are on the board. Score 4-1. That's Cowens' first run batted in of the season. White the hit. 2 outs. Porter down at first for Kansas City. Frank has some pop in his bat. Frank waits. Shocker looking in at the target. Porter is on the move. Shocker deals. Grounded weakly to first. Sislick's up with it. And he tags the bag for the third out. For the Royals, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. They leave 1. They score, but still trail by 3. Browns leading by 3. 4-1, and we'll go to the home half. Okay, folks, on your feet. Take a break for the 7th inning stretch. Top of the order here for St. Louis in the 7th. Rice, McManus, and Sislick. To get it going for the Browns. Here, Rice, left-handed hitter to face Farr. Awesome power. The slugger stands in. Porter ready to receive. Now he comes home with it. Swung on, hot smash to fight. He dives. He knocks it down, throws quickly. Not in time. And they're giving him the base hit. Here's McManus to hit for the Browns. Rice on first. He has some power. Porter ready to receive. Rice is off with the pitch. Grounded to the right side. Nobody can get to it. Base hit. White ran over to cover second, and he hit it right through the hole. Rice winds up perched on third, and McManus is on with a controlled single. Perfectly placed through the hole left by the Royals infield. That's McManus, third hit of the game. No outs, 7th inning, 2 on. Sislick up. At the plate today, he's 0 for 2. 1 ribby. Catcher ready. Royal playing for the double play. The runners take their lead. The pitch. Pop foul behind first. White is over. Waves off Mayberry and brings it down. And the runners hold. 1 down, 7th inning, 2 on. The bottom of the 7th inning. Williams the hit. Williams is 0 for 3. Williams steps up to the plate. Farr gets set to pitch. Infield deep. Farr into his motion, delivers. Williams turns this ball around. It's soaring towards center. Wilson turns and gives chase. The boarding house reach. Hits over his head, off the base of the wall. Wilson corrals the ball. Rice scores. McManus rounds third. They're waving him in. Here comes a throw home. Here's a play at the plate, and he's in standing. And Williams holds with a double. So 2-run score on Williams' double, and the Browns leave the Royals behind 6-1 for Williams. His first double of the season, and that's his first hit this season. And Williams now has 2 runs batted in on the season. Cliff is the next hitter. And here comes Royal manager McCoy again. He's asking Farr for the ball. McCoy is bringing in Bergmeyer to face Cliff. He'll lose the platoon advantage. So Farr goes 2 1/3 in relief. His line, 2 runs. So far on 4 hits. 1 walk. 1 strikeout. He's responsible for the runner. For Bergmeyer, this is his first appearance. He's a southpaw. He inherits a runner in scoring position. Bergmeyer is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Catcher ready. Bergmeyer working on Williams to hold him close. Now Bergmeyer pitches, popped high to the left side. Brett drifts back. Back! He stabs for it. and makes the catch, and that's out number 2. And Williams holds at second. Now coming up, Tobin. Porter crouched down now. Williams trying to look casual as he edges toward third. Bergmeyer kicks and delivers. There's a low liner to left. It's a long run in for Tartable. And he's got it on the run. That's 3 away. For the Browns, 2 runs on 3 hits. So the Browns have now taken a big lead. We've played 7. Browns with the edge, 6-1. Bergmeyer, Wilson, and Patek due up for Kansas City. Bergmeyer to lead it off. Shocker poised. Royal, skipper McCoy walking down the bench. McCoy is recalling pitcher Bergmeyer. Seitzer is enlisted to hit for him. That's right. He grabs a bat, heads out. So Bergmeyer goes 2/3 of an inning. He yielded no runs on no hits. Seitzer leading it off. Batter up. Shocker looking in at the target. The pitch. Swung on and missed. 1 away. Next batter, Wilson. Severide sets up. The pitch comes in. Pulled hard down the line. Fair ball. Rice is racing for it into the corner. Wilson is around second. He's going for third. McManus, relay, not in time. Safe at third. Triple for Wilson. Second safety for Wilson and his first triple of the season. Next batter, Patek. Shocker comes set. Browns playing for the out at first. The pitch, it's a high fly to right. Rice was giving him room. He's running back. And brings it in. Wilson tags. They're waving him home. Here comes the throw. And he's safe ahead of the throw. Patek picks up a sac fly and an RBI. And the Royals get another one back. Score 6-2. Brett up. Severide sets up. Shocker into his motion. Delivers. Pulled toward second. Just out of reach. Brett rounds first and holds. He's on with a single. And that's his first hit this season. Mayberry walking up the bat. Mayberry steps up to the plate. Shocker gets set to pitch. The pitch. Grounded to short. Kress has it. He'll go to first. And that's out number 3. The line for the Royals. 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. They leave 1. They score, but still trail by 4. Browns over the Royals 6-2, and they'll try to add to that lead coming up. The Browns will send out the bottom of the lineup. Kress, Severide, and Shocker. Quisenberry is coming on to pitch for the Royals. For Quisenberry, this is his first appearance. He's a right-handed pitcher. Kress starts it for the Browns. Quisenberry is finished with his warm-up pitches. The umpire is brushing off the plate. We're ready to go. Kress settles himself in the box. Porter crouched down now. The pitch. Kress lofts a routine fly ball to center. Wilson drifts under it and hauls it in. 1 away. Next up, St. Louis hitter Severide. Hank ready. Quisenberry looking in. Here's the delivery. High fly ball to deep center. Wilson is back on the track. Reaches up. and brings it down, 2 down. Shocker is now up. Shocker ready. Now Quisenberry ready. Quisenberry kicks and deals. Swung on, a squibber in front of the plate. Quisenberry is in, picks it up, spins, fires to first in time. So the Browns go down 1-2-3. Browns still leading by 4. Tartable, Porter, and Cowens due up for Kansas City. Here's Tartable to lead it off. Batter up. McCoy making his first defensive move. McCoy is sending in Wallace. He'll be playing short for St. Louis. Kress is out. McCoy makes a switch in center field. West comes into the game replacing Tobin. Batter ready. McCoy is sending in Jacobson. He'll be playing left field for St. Louis. Williams is out. Shocker will go to work on him. Shocker to the wind. Shocker misses. Ball 4. Tartable will go to first. That was Tartable's first walk of the season. Porter is now up. Royal need to put men on base now. Shocker comes set. The pitch. Porter pounds it on the ground. McManus stops it on one hop. Shovels to Wallace for the force. And he leaps over Tartable. Then guns it to first. Not in time. Porter reaches, but they get the lead runner. 1 down. Next batter, Cowens. The Royals need to string something together right here. Shocker will go to work on him. He brings it in. Banged to left center. Jacobson is running to the gap. West is racing over. And it drops between them. Porter rounds third. The throw comes into Wallace. They're holding Porter at third. And Cowens is in standing with a double. That's his second double of the game. Here's the right-handed White to take his swing toward Kansas City. Runners at second and third. 1 out. White 0 for 3. White is a threat for the extra base hit. Right-hander Shocker ready. Infield deep. The pitch is on the way. One hopper back to Shocker. He picked it. He'll go to first. 2 down. Porter has to hold third. Fine play. Quisenberry is scheduled to hit. Quisenberry's up. Dan taking his first at bat of the season. The batter stands in. Catcher Severide sets his target. Royal skipper McCoy walking down the bench. McCoy is taking pitcher Quisenberry out of the game. Otis will pinch hit for him. Bats right. He grabs a bat, strides toward the box. So Quisenberry goes 1 inning. The line on him, no runs, on no hits. Otis up there. Amos, a slugger. Catcher Severide sets his target. Now the pitch. It's a shot to left center. West is over, still after it. And he makes a running catch, and that's the final out of the game. So the Browns have won the ball game, spurred on by the disciplined leadership of McCoy. They get the 6-2 decision. Here's the line for the Browns. 6 runs on 9 hits, no errors. They lead 6 for the Royals. 2 runs on 7 hits, 1 miscue. And they lead 7. Shocker gets the win, his first. His record now 1-0. Gibuza takes the loss, his first. His record now 0-1. So the Browns gain a step in this 3-game series. They now stand at 2 zip for the Browns. Overall, they now stand at 2-0. With this win, they move into undisputed first place for the Royals. Overall, 0-2. In the next game, they'll go after the Royals again. Bye for now, everybody. Ernie Harwell and WAPBA leaving you from St. Louis. Browns take this one from the Royals, 6-2.
All right, guys. Wow. So, Dwayne, thank you very much for recommending the streaming software. Man, I love it, dude. I can even put music in it. It's here. Of course, there's no rock, but it's pretty cool, man. And there's all kinds of stuff that you can do with this thing. Like, you can make things happen like live during a stream. It's got a studio mode. It's just wow, and it's cheaper than StreamYard. I have no idea what I'm doing, man. I just like started this and whatever, and I mean, I know there's a lot I've got to work with it. The big test, though, is I'm going to see later on how it handles out of the park baseball. Because with StreamYard, there's a lot of jank and stuttering, and so I was using OBS Studio for a while. But I can't. But OBS, man, sucks. One thing I liked about StreamYard as a musician, yeah, ragtime back then was rock, right? Scott Joplin jamming out, man. StreamYard or OBS, man, trouble with audio and to capture like system audio. So, like as a musician, I was, one time thinking about creating a music channel and setting that up in OBS absolutely sucked. It was StreamYard, boom. This does the same thing, but so much more, man. I have no. Oh, I'm loving it, Jack. I'm loving this software. It's super, super cool. It's just on the monitoring. I'm looking like, it's cool. I want to hit studio mode, but I don't know if you can do that during a live stream. But apparently, there's things like pro scenes where you can create these scenes, and then during a live stream, you can trigger like all kinds of neat streams and stuff. So my mind is like spinning like mad for a lot of possibilities. Maybe, putting in a thing where I'm doing one of these player read throughs, but I have it pre-recorded, when we're talking about certain players, and then just kind of having that in already read, well rehearsed, whatever. Could I do a gradual? How about an action PC game? I did one earlier. I could do another one if people want to hang around. We can try an action PC game. The other thing, I don't know if Dwayne's. I should check though first and see if Dwayne's streaming right now because I don't like to step on him. Let me check YouTube real quick. I try not to. If people are doing other games rather than baseball, I don't care. But I don't see that Dwayne is on. So, yeah, we could try. We could try some action PC. I wanted to get some opinions here first. So I was thinking like the ballparks and everything look really good in baseball for Windows, but because I think people click away from it because Dwayne needs to be he's a closet Yankees fan. He's not. He's very open about being a Yankees fan, Professor. He loves the Yankees. You kidding me? Oh my God. So I get on him for being a Braves fan because, as a Pirates fan, I can't like the Braves very much. But yeah, man, he's Dwayne likes the Braves and the Yankees, the two teams I am not a fan of in baseball. But what I was thinking about doing for some of these APBA games is creating or getting an image like an old time radio and just having that up there, like baseball theme and stuff. So I'm thinking like an old time radio and maybe a baseball sitting there, an old fashioned baseball glove, something like that. Because there's nothing to watch in APBA baseball. There's a little bit of scoreboard animation and stuff like that. But I think just by having an old time radio, that would encourage people, hey, this is something you could listen to in the background while you're rolling up your own game, things like that. And maybe, so Let's see. He says we're all. Let me get this comment up here. I like how it pops up comments too. Much cooler than StreamYard. He says we're all on him. He pronounces almost like Jester. Credit. He pronounces the name better than Jester. Ooh. Yeah. I remember. I think Jester was fun enough with some of that stuff. Like I think in one broadcast, Jester pronounced Mark Gubas' name like 6 different ways. It was kind of funny. I know you would be in there. It's Gubas. It's Gubas. Clinton, if you ever get back onto broadcasting, I'm going to share something really super cool with you. So if you go on the Internet Archive, and I don't know if you guys have ever messed with that, it's brilliant. So I've been watching Faulty Towers on there and stuff like that, but it has just terabytes and terabytes and terabytes of all these old time radio shows and commercials. And one of the things that Clinton Parks used to do when he was broadcasting, guys, it was really cool, is he would go on newspapers.com and other stuff, and he would find like really cool newspaper advertisements from the day and put them into his broadcast. And I thought that if he ever gets back on doing this, he could mix that up with actually taking snippets or whatever, because all the stuff in Internet Archive's public well, most of it's public domain, and having like some of these old ads. So I was talking to my mom the other night, and I'm like, and it's funny because she and my pop, my stepdad, they were talking about, oh, it's too bad like all the old time radio shows aren't available anymore. They're all on the Internet Archive to listen to, man. The Shadows on there and Fibber McGee and Molly and all that. And what's really cool is they come with the commercials. So Clinton, that'd be something for you to think about. Internet Archive is free. I shoot them $10 every once in a while, just because it's such an invaluable resource for audio, video, magazines. It's just incredible. Books. It's monstrously huge. Yeah, you got to go to the Internet Archive. In fact, if you guys will indulge me for a minute, let me show you really quickly, and then if people are interested, I'll do another ball game depending upon. All right, so here we go. I'm going to bring this over so you guys can see this. The Internet Archive is brilliant. Brilliant. So here it is. I love this. So you listen to old time radio on Sirius. I got to get a Sirius subscription to be serious with you. So it's got a pretty nice. It also has the Wayback Machine. This is how I was able to re-procure a copy of Pearson Baseball to get it to you guys, and I'm glad I did it when I did because you can't find it anymore. But I could show you guys some night some websites I did back in the day. I've done like thousands of them, but I was have the dubious distinction of being one of the first people to actually, when I started doing websites for Penn State, there was 100 websites on the World Wide Web. That was it. So someday I'll have to go back and show you some of the old ones I did. Anyhow, so this is of course split up in here. So there's there's web, there's text, there's videos, there's old time like silent movies are on here, man. It's great. There's audio, television, tons of software, images, concerts on here, and then it's collections. You can get out here and see all the crazy. So here we go, radio shows and programs. Let's go to this one. All right. And I've definitely got to find one that's public domain. Not that I'm copyrighted or anything, but I don't want to get whatever. So here's old time radio. So let's see what's on old time radio here. So here you go, man. You got like these Jack Benny. I'm not old enough. I don't know these, but like here's Jack Benny radio show. Yours truly, Johnny Dollar. Have no idea. There's The Adventures of Philip Marlowe is in here. There's Fibber McGee and Molly, as I said. It's just it's incredible what's in here. Ranger Bill, I have no idea. I know Lone Ranger's in here. The Adventures of Sam Spade. So these were all these great old radio shows. There's pirate radio on here, even. It's fantastic. And what's super cool again is you get the commercials, and so it'd be very easy to like you can download these things and then just use a simple piece of software, editing software, and just snip it out and put it in. Man, it would be great. So Let's find one here. Again, I wish I knew these shows. I don't. Here, You Bet Your Life. That was the Groucho Marx thing. Okay, let's go to that. We're going to play a snippet of it. So this is going to be from now. Again, the audio is going to be a little bit less than whatever. But let's do. This is a broadcast from the 26th of October, 1949. We're just going to play a snippet of it. Hey, Greg, welcome back. So here we go. Yes, classic TV on here, everything. Let's do this one. And again, I apologize because I might have.
Ladies and gentlemen,
here we go.
Don't tell a soul, but the secret word tonight is clock. C-L-O-C-K.
Really?
You bet your life.
I mean, I think this is super cool. Love it.
The one, the only.
Face is familiar, but I don't place the name. Oh, that's me, Groucho Marx. Thank you. Well, here I am again with $2,000 for one of our couples tonight. George Fenneman, who's first to try and take it away from me?
Just before we went on the air, we asked if there were any youngsters present who'd like to get married someday if they found the right partner. And our studio audience selected Valerie Cote and Mike Maloof. Folks, meet Groucho Marx.
And if you say the secret word at any time we're talking, I'll pay $100 in cash instantly. It's a common word, something you see every day. Valerie Cote, is that the way you
That's
pronounce
right.
it? Where you from, Valerie?
I'm a native.
I could probably do a search on that. Let's try that, Clinton. Why not? Because I don't know any of these. So where's the search engine on this thing? I think I have to go up one. But it's you guys want to, you can even play arcade games on here. I mean, it's crazy. So Jeff Reagan, Private Eye. All right, let's see. Jeff Reagan, Private Eye. And again, the thing can be a little bit clunky to search. So you may not find. Okay, so it didn't here. So I might have to go up even one more to search it. But regardless, I mean, there's just all kinds of incredible stuff on this thing. And it looks like you can download these and then just, if you wanted to edit out audio, we'll play a little Lone Ranger. I'm not a Western fan, but we'll do some Lone Ranger here. I remember seeing the TV show or something back in the day. So here's a little bit of Lone Ranger, and then we'll get back to baseball. This is 1938. We're going to do here 1938. Jim Murdoch's Mine. But I'd love to hear Jack Webb use bad metaphors. Here we go. There you go, parallel leg, right?
Speed of light, a cloud of dust, and a hearty hi-yo silver, the Lone Ranger.
Oh, okay, maybe that's why it didn't come up. So YouTube, this is public domain, so... yeah. And this is just awesome. We're going to get the whole overture here, it looks like, guys. I guess in 1938, you didn't worry too much about airtime or whatever, right? Skip it ahead here.
White horse, the fastest the West has ever known.
There we go.
Here he comes, riding like the wind, blazing new trails in the West of old. The Lone Ranger rides again. Come on, Silver, old boy. That's it, old fellow. We have a big job ahead of us. We We must hurry on, boy! Hi-yo, Silver! Away!
So who would win in a race, Shadowfax or Silver, I wonder?
Jim Murdoch was a wealthy man. He drew huge profits from the gold mine he owned, and out of those profits, he had built a large home standing on the edge of Grant's Canyon. As tonight's story opens, we see him with a visitor, Barney Holden, the man to whom Murdoch owed his present position. Holden has brought news from town.
So that's what Abe Jenkins planned to do with you, Murdoch.
Come here demanding that I help him out, huh?
Yeah. He claims that you and him owned the mine between you. Then you suggested that you split it, and each you take a section for your own and work it independent.
That's just what we done.
Well, he's sore because your half panned out first rate while his wasn't worth a hoot.
Well, we both took the same risk, didn't we, Holden?
Sure.
I love it, man. I love this stuff. And as much as we might go off about technology and stuff like that, without technology, Saturday nights, let's get Tonto, Tarzan, and Frankenstein. Funny. Without technology, none of these things would have been lost forever. So, I just think this is absolutely phenomenal. I love the Internet Archive. If we go to video, there's just all kinds of stuff here. There's new stuff as well. But if we go to like animation and cartoons, let's say, so there's little shorts. Here's vintage cartoons. So I can't let Betty Boop get me in trouble here, so I got to be careful. Let me see here. So there's like old Warner Brothers on here. So some of this I wouldn't say. So there's ABC, CBS, NBC morning cartoons are there. There's a cartoon from 1949. So the other thing to be aware of. Oh, look, baseball. Oh, here we go. All right. Watch this. I'm going to get in trouble by Warner Brothers, but we're going to do this. Are you guys ready? Here we go. Let's just watch this. I'm probably going to get my ass kicked for this, but let me see. So I just want to see some vintage cartoons. It's on the Internet Archive, and I'm not monetized. So the worst that'll happen is I'll probably get a complaint, and this part of the video will go silent. So enjoy it while you can, guys. Here we go. So just so much fun on the Internet Archive. There's also like great resources here. Spalding's official baseball guide is on here. Just all kinds of crazy stuff. So you guys you're bored, you're messing around or something like that. It's the Internet Archive, man. It's in here. It's crazy. It's fun. Let me see if I can find Spalding's baseball guide. Okay. Let's see. I've seen it on here before, but I sometimes misspell it, or you have to do it almost like the way it was. Was it Spalding's baseball guide? And it didn't. Let me see. What if we just do? Because I don't remember if the U's in there. Let me see. Let me just type in baseball guide, and I'm hoping I'm still in. I went to text. Maybe I have to switch that up. Oh, so there we go. We got all kinds of baseball stuff on here. So, and Spalding's is in here. You're just going to have to look around for it. But lots of baseball on here. Here's a 2016 fantasy baseball guide with Chris Bryant on there. But Spalding is here. I can't find it. What do we have here? Baseball. This looks old here. What's this? So it's from 1962, baseball guides and record books. Here's 1947, a baseball guide and record book. So good stuff. You can make things full screen here. And the best way I've found to see, even if you're using a large monitor, go to single page view and do this. And just scroll down. There you go. Next time, ask for William Penn. So this is 1940. So J.G. Taylor Spink, whom the award is named after for broadcasters in baseball. And there's Happy Chandler, commissioner of baseball. Let me make this a little bit larger so you guys can see a little bit better. I know, but this is a baseball, so we're good. And there's Ford Frick. So the Spink Award for journalists and the Ford Frick Award for announcers in the Hall of Fame. Good stuff. Good stuff. Get all this great information. And boy, a lot of fun. If you like, so I didn't sign in with my account, but it's a free account. You just keep using this, and you're gonna have a lot of fun. And if anybody can find the spouting guides, you're gonna like them. Maybe it's SPAL. Maybe I did SPAU. I don't know. But yeah, so there we go. The Internet Archive. Use it for whatever you want. It's really, really great. It is really, really great. All right. We only got 3 people in here, so I don't know if there's going to be very much of an interest, but we'll do an APC game. So let's bring up APC. We'll do one. What Dwayne says, he says he records them anyhow or streams them anyhow. So we'll go back to Action PC Baseball since we already did one. We'll do another. I would do another in the Decades League, I think. This will give me a chance to do the old voice thing. I probably should put on my headphones, though, because you guys are going to get... let me do that. Or you guys are going to get echo back. This gives me a chance to test this a little better. So let me open sound settings and go to this, and hopefully that's good. All right. All right, let's see what we got on tap here today for another game. Because it's July 4th and it's baseball after all. All right, so let's do the 1960s versus the 1980s. It's going to be Bunning versus McCaddy. And since Clinton's here, if he's still here, we're gonna set the 1960s to a human manager. Okay, here we go. Little fun stuff. And again, I'm just switching out neutral, or I'm just declaring all the parks neutral. I'm just switching the ballparks every few games. So now we're at Anaheim. We were at Comiskey or U.S. Cellular, whatever it's called. And then I forget what ballpark I started with first. Okay, so just if anybody's wondering why, there we go. All right, so we need us a lineup here. So I'm a caddy's a righty, so let's go with a righty lineup. And here we go. We're ready to go. Play some baseball. Action PC. Yep. And now everybody's off playing on the Internet Archive. All right, welcome to Anaheim Stadium for this game between the 1960s and the 1980s. Jim Bunning will make the start for the 1960s. 3 starts in the year for him, 2-1 with an ERA of 0.33. And he'll be opposed by Steve McCaddy for the 1980s. McCaddy, 3 starts in the year, and he's 1-1. His ERA, 3.91. So 53 degrees here in Anaheim at game time, and the wind speed 6 miles per hour coming in from center field. And let's play ball. All right, McCaddy getting ready to face a leadoff hitter, Vado Pinson. So it's going to be Pinson, Fregosi, Cepeda, Williams, Clemente, and Robinson, Freehan, Mazeroski, and Bunning. No DH in this league. Starting defense here for the 1980s in left field, Tim Raines. In center field, Del Murphy. And right, Dwight Evans. From first to third, we got Keith Hernandez, Ryan Sandberg, Cal Ripken, and Wade Boggs. Catching is Gary Carter. All right, and we are ready to get underway here for our third baseball game for July 4th, 2025. Hope you guys enjoy. All right, McCaddy ready to deal here now. And this one, base it up the middle, and Pinson is aboard to start this game. All right, stepping in now, Jim Fregosi. Fregosi hitting 286 in the year with 2 home runs, 3 runs batted. In the 1980s, should have topped this decade's league with a half-game lead, 9 wins, 3 losses. The 1960s at 7-5, both very strong teams here in the early going. McCaddy peers in, has the sign from Gary Carter, and then throws over. Pinson back easily. McCaddy deals. This one bunted out in front of the plate, and Hernandez comes in to field it, and they're not going to get Fregosi. So the 1960s playing some small ball here. 2 on. Pinson at second, Fregosi at first. Now for the baby bull, Orlando Cepeda. Cepeda hitting 381 thus far, 2 home runs, 7 runs batted in for him. McCaddy wheels and deals the 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and this one, Ripken, great play, steps on second, goes to first. Wow. Double play on the play. Pinson goes to third, but Cal Ripken Jr., what a play there. Gets to the ball, gets up, gets to second, and makes the peg to Hernandez at first. All right, here's the great Billy Williams. Billy Williams hitting just 159, 4 runs batted in for him. Boy, Ernie Harwell's a hard act to follow, but here we go. All right, McCaddy, 3-1 pitch, and this one missing just a bit outside. Thank you, Bob Euchre, and Billy Williams is aboard. Runners at the corners now, and the great one, Roberto Clemente. Clemente off to a slow start here, baseball fans, 167 average for him. No run scored, and no RBI yet. McCaddy deals from the stretch. Clemente swings. Little bouncer to Boggs. Long throw across the diamond, and they do just clip Clemente for the third out of the inning. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the bottom of the first inning. It's the 1960s decade, nothing, and the 1980s coming to bat. Looking at the starting defense for the 1960s in left field, Billy Williams. In center, Feda Pinson. And in right, Roberto Clemente. From first to third, Orlando Cepeda, Bill Mazeroski, Jim Fregosi, and Brooks Robinson. Behind the plate is Bill Freehand. And on the mound, Jim Bunning. Leading off here, Tim Raines. Switch hitter batting left here. Raines, 184 average with 2 runs batted in. Bunning's delivery. Raines bunts this first pitch, foul. No, this stays fair, and the throw gets by Bill Mazeroski, and that's going to be an error, second error of the season for Brooks Robinson. Brooks Robinson, of course, one of the great third basemen of the game. All right, here's Ryan Sandberg. Rhino hitting 260, a home run, 4 runs batted in for him. Raines on first with wheels. And the throw down, Raines was off to the races, and he picks up his 8th stolen base of the season. So Raines in scoring position, Sandberg back in the box. The count, 1 ball, no strikes. And this one is going to be lined all the way in the corner into left field. Raines will score. Sandberg has himself an RBI double, and it's 1-0 1980s. So that's the 5th double for Ryan Sandberg here in the season. All right, here's Wade Boggs making the Hebrew letter in the batter's box. And don't know, I guess he had chicken teriyaki. As you guys know, he would always have some sort of chicken dinner before a baseball game and would always inscribe a Hebrew letter in the batter's box. All right, Bunning peers in, has the sign from Bill Freehand, and he deals. 3-1 pitch. Boggs swings, and this one back to the mound. Bunning has it and makes the bad throw. Cepeda able to keep the ball in front of him. Second error of the season for Jim Bunning. And on the play, Sandberg moves to third. Runners at the corners, nobody out. Bunning in trouble here as Dwight Evans steps in. So Dewey hitting 366, 4 homers, 13 runs batted in for him. Jim Bunning deals 0-2 pitch to Evans. Evans sends this to center field. Pinson coming on, makes the catch. Tagging at third and holding is Ryan Sandberg. So the first out of the inning, and that brings up the number 5 hitter, Keith Hernandez. Hernandez hitting 333, and he's batted in 6th. Bunning throws over. Boggs safe. Full count on Hernandez, and this one is missing in just outside again. So Bunning having a little trouble here, and the bases are sold out for Cal Ripken Jr. So Ripken hitting 225. No RBI in the season yet. He has scored 6 times. All right, Bunning has to work out of the stretch. A big pickle here for him here at Anaheim. 1-2 pitch. Ripken swings. Fly ball. Deep center field. Pinson has it short of the track. Tagging and coming in to score is Ryan Sandberg. In the 1980s, have put a crooked number here in the bottom of the first. 2-0 now. As one of Dwayne Martz's favorite players, Dale Murphy, in the box now. Murphy hitting 262. 2 home runs, 9 runs batted in for Murph. Boggs at second, trailing him Keith Hernandez at first. 2 down, bottom of the first action here. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Murphy cuts on this one. Easy fly ball out to left field. Billy Williams will make the catch, and that will retire the side. But 2 runs on 1 hit, 2 errors, one of them costly, and 1 in the books here at Anaheim Stadium. And it's the 1980s decade 2, the 1960s 1. All right, Brooks Robinson leading off, Bill Freehand on deck, and Bill Mazeroski in the hole. So Brooks hitting 273, 2 dingers, 5 runs batted in. Gary Carter sets up, and Steve McCaddy lets it go. 2-0 pitch, and Robinson pops this one high behind the plate. Carter flings aside the mask, and the ball nestles nicely in the glove. Out number 1. All right, here's the catcher, Bill Freehand, late of the Detroit Tigers. 278 average. He's gone yard once, 5 runs batted in. McCaddy with a 1-1 pitch. Up the middle, Ripken ranges to his left and fires on to Keith Hernandez. Scored 6-3, 2 up, 2 down now. Bill Mazeroski, perhaps most famous for 1 home run in 1960, but a great fielding second baseman. Maz hitting 231, 5 runs batted in. So if anybody catches this after, hopefully you enjoy it. And let's keep it going here. McCaddy deals 0-2 pitch. Maz sends this out to deep center field. Murphy ranges to his right at the track, pulls it down. So easy inning there for Steve McCaddy. We go to the bottom of the second inning. It's 2-0, 1980s. And we will have Gary Carter, Steve McCaddy back at the top of the order, and Tim Raines. All right. Jim Bunning rubbing up the ball, and he is ready to deal to Gary Carter. May his memory be eternal. 0-2 pitch on his way, and Carter slugs this one out to left, but too high, not far enough. Billy Williams trots over to his left, jumps off the horse, and makes the catch. 1 up, 1 down now for the pitcher, Steve McCaddy. And here's the pitch, the 1-2. And McCaddy chased one, so 2 down. And Steve will grab some pine, and we head back to the top of the order now for the left fielder, Tim Raines. So was safe on an error, laid down that bunt back in the first, and he's got the speed. 1-1 pitch, Raines swings. This one, textbook grounder, but Mazeroski need to get the ball out of his glove in a hurry as Raines can motor down the line, so that retires the side. 0-0. We go to the top of the third, and your score still remains 2-1. All right, and Steve McCaddy will face the 9-1-2 in the 1960s order. So that'll be Jim Bunning, Veda Pinson, and Jim Fregosi. All right, McCaddy has the sign from Gary Carter. 0-2 pitch, and Jim Bunning looks at one in the inside part of the plate, just catching the black. So that's Steve McCaddy's first strikeout. Back at the top of the order now for Veda Pinson. Opened the game with a single straight up the middle. 1-0 pitch, and Pinson sends this one out into deep center field, and Murphy ranging over, calling off Dewey Evans, makes the catch. 2 up, 2 down. All right, Fregosi in the game is 1 for 1. Bunt single back in the first. McCaddy brings it, 1-2 pitch, and Boggs gloves that grounder and fires on to Hernandez. 1-2-3, we go to the bottom of the third inning. 1980s lead the 1960s 2-0. All right. Ryan Sandberg due up. Wade Boggs and Dwight Evans. Sandberg in the game with a double, RBI double that scored Tim Raines, making this game 1-0 at that point. Bunning deals. 0-1 pitch. Sandberg connects. Line drive base hit up the middle under the webbing of Bill Mazeroski's glove. So Rhino aboard, 27 steals from last season. And in the box now is Wade Boggs as we go into the number 3 slot here. So he was safe on an error by Jim Bunning. Bunning deals to Boggs. And the throw down, Sandberg off to the races, and he picks up his 3rd steal of the season. So Sandberg in scoring position. 1980s looking for more. This has been such a dominant team thus far. 9 wins, 3 losses. Bunning has the sign. 0-1 pitch. Boggs swings. Line to second, and Maz has it. Sandberg getting back quickly to avoid getting doubled off. So 1 away now for Dwight Evans. Evans flew out to shallow center. Back in the first. 2-0, the 1980s leading right now. 1-2 pitch. And Evans swinging a miss. Strike 3. So Bunning taking a little something off the ball there. 2 away now for Keith Hernandez. Walked back in the first. Lefty in the box. 0-2 pitch. And Hernandez looks at one, catching the corner for strike 3. And Jim Bunning has K'd 3. We go to the top of the 4th inning. 2-0 is your score in favor of the 1980s decade. This is an old subset of the Baseball History Collection, Action PC Baseball. The new update is out, guys. Pick it up if you have Baseball History Collection. If you don't buy it, almost 19,000 players representing the peak slice of their careers, and so much that you can do with this. If you don't want to invest a lot of money in Action PC Baseball, get the game, get the Baseball History Collection, and have fun. The other one you could also get is baseball's top 160 teams. Again, so much you can do. Dave always has sales. And along with the Pocket Pennant Run, folks, best damn customer service in the business. All right. The baby bull, Billy Williams, and the great one due up here. The number 3, 4, 5 hitters, as Ernie Harwell would say, the artillery in the lineup. So Cepeda grounded to short and grounded into a double play back into the first. That was a great play by Ripken. McCaddy deals 1-2 pitch, line drive base hit up the middle. So Cepeda aboard, no real threat to steal. And here's Billy Williams now. He drew a walk back in the first, throw over, keeping Cepeda honest. I really don't see that Cepeda is going to go anywhere else. Still some bases, 12 last season. All right, McCaddy brings it to throw down, and Cepeda is caught stealing. So bases empty, 1 away. Billy Williams back in the box. The 1960s trying to get something going here. McCaddy deals. Williams skies this one to right. Back on it about 10 steps is Dwight Evans. Can of corn for out number 2. All right, here's Roberto Clemente. He'd like to be called Bob by his friends. So Clemente grounded to third back in the first. McCaddy deals 1-1 pitch. Clemente sends this one high, but only fairly deep to left. Tim Raines back on it and makes the catch. Once again, the 1960s go quietly. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. Bottom of the 4th here at Anaheim Stadium. The 1980s leading 2-0. All right, Cal Ripken will open up things here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Sac fly RBI that scored Ryan Sandberg. Ripken in the box. Bunning, 0-2 pitch. Ripken, liner, soft liner out there left, and Brooks Robinson has it handily. All right, here's the center fielder now, Dale Murphy. Murphy, 0-for-1. He flew to left his last time up. Bunning with a 1-2 pitch, and Dale Murphy looks at a called strike 3, little knee buckle action. So 2 down, Jim Bunning picks up his 4th K of the game. And here's Gary Carter now. Carter, 0-for-1. Here's the pitch. Carter, first pitch swinging, gets good wood on this bat, and it'll get down in front of Clemente for a base hit. So it's hit number 3 for the 1980s squad. Steve McCaddy struck out his last time, 0-for-1. Bunning deals 2-0 pitch. McCaddy swings, soft fly ball out to center field. Mazeroski going back, Pinson coming in, and he will make the grab for out number 3. 4 in the books here at Anaheim. Your score remains 2-0. And so let's just do a quick, let's hide that. Go away. Let's do a quick scoring recap here. So Sandberg with a double that scored Tim Raines, who was safe on an error, stole second. And then Cal Ripken with a sac fly that scored Sandberg, who again had doubled. So that's it, 2-0, and it's been quiet ever since. And let's see if it stays that way. Here's Brooks Robinson now, popped to the catcher back in the second. Has an error in this game. 3-1 pitch, third baseman to third baseman, and they nip Robinson by a step. So we're going to call that a 5-5-3 put out. And here comes Bill Freehan, because why not? Freehan grounded to short last time up. Former Tiger in the box. McCaddy has the sign. The 1-1 pitch to Freehan. Freehan swings. Fly ball, left field. This one off the wall. Freehan going for 3. Freehan all the way around. And it looks like that ball actually cleared the fence. Looked like that was off the fence, but it just clears it. So Bill Freehan cuts the 1980s lead in half with a home run just over the fence there, 326 feet. 2-1 your score now as Maz steps in. Mazeroski flew out to deep left center his last time up. McCaddy with the 0-2 pitch. And Mazeroski sends this one down to the left field corner. And Maz going for 2, and third base coach is going to flash the stop sign right there. So the 1960s with a potential tying run now in scoring position. 1 out for Jim Bunning, who is 0-1. Struck out last time up. McCaddy brings 1-0 pitch. And Bunning, soft liner to Cal Ripken at short. So 2 down, nowhere to go for Bill Mazeroski. Pinson needs himself a safe hit here to tie it up. 1-2 pitch. And Pinson sends this to short. Ripken to Hernandez on a close play. And that retires the side. But the 1960s pick up a run on 2 hits. There were no errors. We go to the bottom of the 5th. Here at Anaheim Stadium. It's in July 4th baseball here. Beatles Eternally family. And it is 2-1. Tim Raines. 0-for-2 in this game. He is bunted out and grounded out. On the bunt, he was safe on an error. Jim Bunning thus far has fanned 4, walked 1. 3-1 pitch, gets behind Raines. Raines, good eye up there. This one inside. And the speedy Tim Raines aboard for Ryan Sandberg. Perfect 2 for 2 today, including an RBI double and then a single. Raines, good lead off first. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Raines not moving on the pitch. And it looks like they're not going to turn 2. Raines gets in there. So 1 down, runner in scoring position. Brings up Wade Boggs. So Boggs safe on an error in the first and line to second and third. Today's game is brought to you by the color commentary of Parallel League. All right, 1-2 pitch. Boggs cuts and a miss. So Jim Bunning picks up strikeout number 5. Looks like Bunning dropping the curveball there on him. Here's Dewey Evans. Former Boston right fielder, 0-for-2. Fanned his last time up. 2-2 pitch. And Evans is going to strike out again. Was not what he was looking for. Bunning picks up strikeout number 6. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the top of the 6th. Game moving very, very quickly here. It's 2-1 in favor of the 1980s. Good tight ball game. Jim Fregosi leads things off. Orlando Cepeda on deck. Fregosi in the game, bunt single and a ground out. McCaddy works 2 and first pitch swinging and hard ground ball up the middle. Base hit for Jim Fregosi. Here's Cepeda, 1-for-2. Fregosi with 1 stolen base on this season. Cepeda 1-for-2. The baby bull singled his last time up. 2-1 your score. McCaddy deals behind 3-1 to Cepeda. Here's the pitch. Cepeda, line drive, and this one over the wall in left field. And just like that, the 1960s jump into the lead. And this 1960s team will just like a tiger, be very quiet, and all of a sudden they're going to pounce. 333-foot shot for the baby bull, and the 1960s now jump into the lead. It's 3-2 here. All right, here's Billy Williams now. Billy, 0-for-1 in the contest and a walk. Nobody out here in the 6th. And swung on and throw by Ripken, and they get Billy Williams by a step. Close play there at first. Good stretch there by Keith Hernandez to record out number 1. Clemente, nothing for 2. He's grounded out and flown out. 0-2 pitch. Clemente behind in the count. Pops this one high, left side. Boggs, Ripken converge. Boggs calling off Ripken, and he will make the catch for out number 2. All right, Brooks Robinson is nothing for 2. Grounded out his last time up. Popped a catcher also. 2-1 pitch. Ripken up and over. One Oriole nabs another. So, but the 1960s pick up 2 runs on 2 hits, thanks to the Orlando Cepeda home run. We go to the bottom of the 6th. The 1960s lead the 1980s 3-2. And we will have Keith Hernandez, Cal Ripken Jr., and Dale Murphy do up the 5, 6, and 7 in this batting order. Hope you guys are enjoying this. Doing a little bit of action PC baseball for Clinton Parks. Just said, let's do an APC game. So that's what we're doing. That's what we're doing, baseball fans and family. All right. And here we go. Hernandez, 0 for 1 in the game with a walk. 1-0 pitch by Jim Bunning. Hernandez sends this one high and deep to center field. Pinson on his horse makes the grab at the track, kicks up some dust, and fires it into first. So 1 away and Hi-Yo Silver. And here is Cal Ripken. Sacrifice back in the first to scored Ryan Sandberg last time up, lined third. Bunning ready to deal. Ripken swings in the first pitch. This one deep to left, and it's out of here. So the lead by the 1960s short-lived, and Cal Ripken with a 362-foot tater ties it up 3-3. Dale Murphy now nothing for 2. He's flown out and struck out. Bunning asks for a new ball, gets one. Freehand goes through the sign. Bunning has one he likes. 2-0 pitch. Murphy swings. Little dribbler down to Robinson at third, and Dale Murphy's retired for the second out of the inning. All right, Gary Carter now 1 for 2. 1-2 pitch. Carter swings. Good contact. And this one is off the wall. Billy Williams plays the carom, and Gary Carter picking up his 3rd double of the season. So with 2 down, potential go-ahead run in scoring position. But here's Steve McCaddy. So he did at least get it out of the infield last time. He flew out to shallow right. Bunning brings it home. McCaddy swings in the first pitch. Bounding ball to third. Robinson sets, pumps once, pumps twice, and gets McCaddy for the final out of the inning. But 1 run, 2 hits, no errors. 6 in the books here at Anaheim. And we are knotted at 3. Bill Freehand will lead things off. Bill Mazeroski, and then Jim Bunning. All right, here we go. Let's keep it rolling. 3-1 pitch on the way. McCaddy behind in the count, and he's going to pay for it. Liner over right, and Evans having trouble get to the ball, misjudge it. He's misjudging it, and Freehand coasts into second. So they're going to score that one a double, his 2nd of the season. And here's Mazeroski, 1 for 2, doubled his last time up. McCaddy deals, and there we go. Mazeroski first pitch swinging, soft liner out to right. Evans has it, and Freehand not even bluffing from second. So 1 away now for Jim Bunning, nothing for 2. Struck out and lined out in this contest. Count full on Bunning. Bunning swings, and this one popped high to short. Ripken has it for out number 2. Back at the top of the order now for center fielder Vada Pinson. Grounded out his last time up. 0-2 pitch to Pinson. Swung on, and Sandberg ranges to his right, bare hands, fires on to Keith Hernandez for out number 3. 7th inning stretch time. We are knotted at 3. So Parallel League says, Cepeda was on a plane caught in a storm with lots of turbulence. He commented, "Who's flying this plane? Hoyt Wilhelm?" Good stuff. Love the commentary. Love it, man. Parallel League never fails. He just always he just never disappoints, man. That's great. Thank you, buddy. I love that. Never heard that before. That's cool. All right, here is Tim Raines now to open up the bottom of the seventh. A good ball game we got here. So the line so far for the 1960s, 3 runs, 8 hits, 2 errors, 4 left on. And for the 1980s, 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. And they have stranded 6. Home run, all home runs to left, and figuring significantly in our scoring today. So Bunning's still looking pretty strong out there. Legend Sports Universe, happy 4th, brother. World Series, man. It's World Series time, guys. So you know, because I gotta put when Legends is here, man. He gets the special boom. There we go. How you doing, man? Happy 4th to you. So, guys, on Legend Sports Universe, it is World Series time, and it's the World Series that during the great droughts in baseball we always would have wanted to see. So, Legends has taken us back to 1918 in a strange way. He said he was going to look and see if either the Cubs or or either of those teams, the Cubs or Red Sox, actually, if any of the players in his league on those teams now were actually in that 1918 series. Of course, that was the last World Series the Red Sox would win until, as we know, in 2004. And the Cubbies, by 1918, hadn't won a World Series already since 1908. So, guys, check it out on Legend Sports Universe. Legends wins the next game, or what's going on? Hopefully, I haven't missed the damn series. Last time I checked, it was, the other night. But work's been nuts. Hopefully, you're going to do something tonight. Yeah, give us a little bit of fireworks here on the YouTube Magic Box. It's a great channel, guys. Great channel. Okay, so possibly tonight, guys, some World Series action on Legend Sports Universe. It's so, and the Red Sox are leading 3-1. No, Cubbies, no. So, oh man. So Carl May. Okay, so Carl Mays is on the roster. Okay, so one representative from the 1918 World Series is now in this great Cubs Red Sox matchup, and the Cubs. So you know what? If I may, Legends, right? You've commented on this. So the Cubbies, weakest division in the Franchise Stars Baseball League for this current season, they win with just barely this winning record in National League Central, and they take down powerhouses going all the way through. So way to go, Cubbies, for making it all the way that they did. How about it? So Legends telling us the Cubs hitting has gone in the tank. Well, I'm going to have to just be there tonight, look for you doing this. Hopefully not too late. I've got an early day tomorrow at work. But we got to get Stan Hack moving here. Stan Hack has got to get in there and do Stan Hack things, right? Parallel League says, so I took my mom to her first ball game in the 1980s. Joe Morgan hit a triple and everybody yelled, "Run, man, run." Then Foster walked. She yelled, "Run, man, run." I said, "He got balls, Mom. He doesn't need to run." Oops. Okay, recording. Yeah, well, my live recording is going to end in 5 minutes. Oh, you guys suck. Okay, so I got to upgrade like during this game. So hold on, guys. Because basic $25 a month. I guess that's what we're going to do. I'd like to do the annual plan, but I have to do this. So this is EVMUX. And hopefully, let me see. So I guess I'll use link and said code email instead. All right, hang on, guys, because there's limitations using the free plan, but I like it, so I guess I'm buying it. How about that? So if any of you guys are still using StreamYard, you really should consider this one. Because it's really good. There's so much stuff you can do with it. So yeah. Okay, let me paste this in. Beg your indulgence, gents. And okay, using the old city card here. And subscribe. Don't stop my recording now. I'll be really honked off at you guys if you do that. Hey, my plan. All right, now I'm on the basic plan, so that's something. That is something. Okay. I guess we're cool now. All right. She said strut, man, strut. There, I had to figure that. So, all right. Hopefully we're good now, and I can get rid of that logo that's flying around and things like that. Okay, cool. All right, back to the game. Here's Tim Raines. So again, tune in tonight possibly for some World Series action and root for the Cubs. I know most of you guys in this community are Red Sox fans, but for the rest of us, let's root for the Cubbies. The two of us that aren't Red Sox fans. 3-1 pitch on the way to Tim Raines. Raines, good eye up there. He's going to draw the walk. Raines always dangerous on the base paths. Here's Ryan Sandberg. Sandberg having a good day today. He is 2 for 3, including an RBI double that scored Mr. Raines. And that was way back in the first inning. We're in the bottom of the 7th right now. Raines, conservative lead off first. We'll see if he's going to bluff or he's going to go as the 1960s battery watching him closely. They throw over. They're going to keep Mr. Raines safe. I think what we call that little calling card over there to first, right, Legends? Throws over again. So Tim Raines, they're trying to hold him close. So Tim Raines, under modern rules, be able to go off pretty much in the next pitch. What is it? Only 3 throws over or something like that? 2-0 pitch on the way. Sandberg has it, and nice line drive up the middle. Raines makes the quick cut there at second, gets into third. Third hit today for Ryan Sandberg. And runners at the corners, nobody out. And Jim Bunning in trouble here. Bunning up to 106 pitches. Expected pitch count around 135. Sandberg at first with 27 steals coming into the season, 3 thus far in this season. And here is Wade Boggs now bats in the 3-hole. Boggs, he struck out his last time up. Bunning from the stretch in the 1-2 pitch. Oh, and he hits Wade Boggs. He hits Wade Boggs, and they are not happy here at Anaheim Stadium. Bases loaded for Dwight Evans. Dwight Evans has fanned twice, and he has flown out once. Can Jim Bunning work his way out of this one? Can he preserve the lead? Rubbing up the ball. He's shaking off Freehand. Now comes to the belt and the stretch. 0-1 pitch. Evans swings. Liner to third. Robinson making a great play, spearing that out of the air. Big play. 1 down. Winged him. Says Parallel League. All right, Hernandez, nothing for 2. This is one of the things I love about baseball. Bunning has got himself into a serious situation here right now. Hernandez even a little bloop. A little dying quail. And he's got himself an RBI and breaks this tie. Bunning deals full count. Oh, and he walks in a run. So much for all of my melodrama.